Yeah. Hello, friends. Welcome to our today's class, and today we are going to discuss about load balancer. So, client-side load balancer as part of Spring Cloud microservices. Fine. So, previously we discussed about Eureka server. So, the purpose of Eureka server is to to register all the services inside the organization, so that by seeing Eureka dashboard we can know, so what are the services are currently running in our organization, and what are the services are running in which port number, and what is the host name of the service, and what is the behavior of the service, we can know, right? So that is what Eureka server. And also we are going to, apart from this, for this configuration, we need one small microservice application. We are going to develop a small microservice application for this, and microservice 1 and microservice 2. So here microservice 1 is calling inside microservice 2. So it is consuming a service inside microservice 2 with the different port numbers. So which means the same microservice is running in a different port numbers. So whenever we are coming a request from microservice 1, so for example, you all people are requesting from microservice 1 at a time. So at that time, the request should be parallelized, or request should be handled without any data inconsistency, which means we need to maintain a load whenever we are having whenever we are getting a huge amount of request or huge amount of load from the service. We need to handle that load in terms of balancing. So previously, in a before spring cloud, we have a server side load balancing. But now in a spring cloud, and it is announcing, it is giving the one of the component called a ribbon. It is a Netflix component, Netflix provider. So the ribbon, using ribbon component, cloud component, we can handle the load balancer as a client side. So how we are going to handle this load balancing in a client side, we will see now. And the same way, using Fein client. So Fein and REST template. See, previously, whenever we are consuming a service 1 to service 2. So if we are consuming a service 2 inside the service 1, we are using REST template. We already saw as part of our previous classes, survey consuming microservice. That is a single service and a single port. But now we are consuming a service in a different ports, which means we are adding the load balancer for this service, which means, so it is a different ports, right? So dynamically port number will be changed. So it is not a static port number. So why? Because, so whenever we are getting a huge request, the port number, the service 2 is running, for example, assume the service 2 is running 8,000. If the same port number is running in a single port number, if it is a single port number, we can better to use the REST template. But if it is running a multiple port numbers, which means multiple replications of this service, so which means multiple instances, we can say multiple JVM instances. So in the sense, at that time, we should not use the REST template. Why? Because REST template, we already configure statically port number in our properties file, right? So if you put this low 8,001 and different port numbers, we don't know when it will take and when it will not take. So this is a dynamically scale up and dynamically scale down, which means dynamically we can increase the instance of the services based on the load. So for that we are using a ribbon. Ribbon will take care of that by using with the help of Fein client. So dynamically port numbers will be changed by enabling ribbon and Fein client. So this is what Fein, using instead of REST template, we can use the Fein. So how we are configuring this Fein client with the Spring Cloud, and how we are configuring the ribbon load balancer in our Spring Boot application, we will see. So let me share my GitHub repository. So what is the service one we are going to do, and what is the service two we are going to do? Simply just information about the service one and service two. So let me open. So these are the three services. One is the load balancing Netflix Eureka naming server. So first of all, we need a Eureka server, right? So for this we have a one project, and one is the load balancing. So currency exchange service and currency conversion service. See, whenever you are providing amount, so it is converting into the dollar to INR, Indian rupee, or Indian rupee to INR. So whatever this currency conversion, currency exchange. So these are the two services. Currency convert inside the currency conversion service, we are calling a currency exchange service. So already we know how to consume a service. As part of service consuming, we already know. But when we are having a load balancing, so how the currency exchange service is running in different ports, how we can provide the different ports, and how we can run a different in a different ports, we will see now. And whenever we are running this service, whenever we are requesting the request here with the same request, the response should be changed. The response should be changed from first time it will take 8,000 port. The ports are there, right? Here the different ports. First out we may get 8,000 from the 8,000 port response. Second time we will get 8,002. Third time we will get 8,003. Fourth time we will get 8,000. Fifth time we will get 8,001. So we cannot guarantee. So which port will take to give the response? That will take care by the load balancer. So ribbon will check which instance is available to ready to take the request. So based on that, it will balancing the load to the different ports. So already we have a different ports, right? So we will run how we can run in a different ports in the second service. We will see now. So this is what currency exchange and currency service. So let me open this readme file. See here, we need to open from the currency converter service. Converter service. I'm just euro to INR. I'm sending. This is the URI of this application. So the second service, currency exchange service. First of all, I will run the port number 8001, 8000. So different port numbers I will run. Later, I will click the same URL by the response port will be changed with the different ports. Whatever the available ports are there, automatically will be changed. Automatically will shift your request to the different available ports from the ribbon client. Ribbon client will take care of that to shift. It will shift your request to the available client. So available JVM. So we will see now. So that is what we will see now. So let me run. So first of all, so this is the one service, and this is the one service, and this is the one service. So this is the name Eureka server. So first of all, you know, right? For the Eureka server, you need to add a Eureka server related dependency, and simply in the main Spring Boot application, we need to enable enable Eureka server. So simply, so only one class. Simply we are enabling, and also here we are giving a port number. Here we are giving a port number, and also we are giving our project name. Project name also. We are giving our project name also to show this project name in our dashboard. So Spring application name is the project called load balancing Netflix Eureka naming server. Fine. So let me run this application. So Spring Boot application. So it is running now. So whenever we are after running this application, after started this application, we can able to see this is the 8761 is the Eureka server default port number. We already discussed about the port number of Eureka server in our Eureka server related class, previous class. Fine. So let me open the Eureka server. So this is the Eureka server, localhost 8787. Let me refresh this page. So now we are having no instances available, which means presently Eureka server is empty. So we are not having any services are running here. Fine. So this is the Eureka server. This is the dashboard. So here we are not having any services. Fine. So now let me check the currency exchange service. So let me check the currency exchange service. So this is the currency exchange let me open main class. So simply enable discovery client. Enable discovery client in the sense we are going to register this service in a naming service, Eureka naming service. So that is the reason we need to enable discovery client. Fine. And coming to application data properties, we need to give the this Eureka server URL. So then only our service will be configured in a this particular host. And the port number, the default port number, I am giving this service currency exchange service as a 8000. So and also the project name we need to set application name. Why? Because we need to see our project name in our dashboard, where Eureka server dashboard we need to see. So yeah, the platform H2, that why I'm giving this H2 and all. So default database we need to give, otherwise it will give the database related exception. So that is the reason I'm giving these three related to default database parameters. Fine. So let me run this application. Let me and also we have a repository. So before going to the repository, exchange value. So exchange value is the one POSO. So currency exchange, right? So whenever you are giving a currency from where euro to from Indian currency to Indian currency, just simply it is a information related to currency exchange related. So port number, and also we are taking a port number. Why? Because we want to see as a response as a port number, that from which port number, from which instance it is coming as a response. Just I want to display the port number also, so that we can know, hey, my response is coming to the first JVM. After you are giving the second response, oh, my response is coming from the second JVM. Third time my response is coming from the another JVM. So your request is shifting available JVMs by the ribbon. So that is what a load balancing. So that to know our response is coming from different port numbers, to know, for that reason I am adding a port number also here. So where I'm loading port number. So if you see here, exchange value set port. So exchange value set port, environment dot get property, local server port. So automatically it will take whatever we are defining a port from this local server, which means Tomcat server. Automatically it will load port and it will set the exchange value. So whatever we get the response from this repository, if you go to this repository, exchange repository, right, in a yeah, this repository it will give. And coming to let me run this application also. Before running, let me see the currency conversion service. Here we are converting a service. So converting a currency here, conversion. So first of all, this is the bean. So ID, login ID, and from currency value and quantity and the total amount, calculated amount, we need to convert, right? So it is the converting and the controller. If you see this controller, so before controller, let me open application class of this currency conversion service. So enable discovery client. So this is also we are registering with the Eureka server. Fine. Enable Feign clients. So we are using a Feign client here. Why? Because instead of REST template, we are using a Feign client, so that our whenever we are consuming a service from here, whenever we are calling a service from inside this currency conversion service, we are calling a currency exchange service. So Feign client will automatically load the URIs just paths. So we will see how it is loading. So coming to controller. So before coming to controllers, let me open a bean. So this bean is nothing but from where the login ID, from where to where convert, and also we are calculating the amount and all. So coming to controller. So in this controller, let me open in a bigger way. So here the auto wide. So currency proxy service. This is the proxy service we have. Let me open this service. What is happening? So simply see. So here, instead of, if it is a single port, we can give the currency service currency exchange service. Why? Because in a currency conversion service, in a currency conversion service, we are calling a currency exchange service. So exchange service. So if it is a simple one port, we can give the one port number. But we are running in a multiple ports, right? So we should not declare in a static way. So if it is a single port, instead of a faint client, we can use REST template. But we are using a multiple. We are running the application in a multiple port number. So that is the reason I am giving like this. So simply I am taking currency exchange service is a directly project name which is already configured in a Eureka server. The port numbers in all already there in a Eureka server. So simply we are giving it that server mapping currency exchange. This is the mapping, right? From where to where. So currency exchange service from mapping. Where we have this mapping? If you see here in the controller, the same mapping we have. The same path we declared. The same path we declared in a here. The same path. Sorry, declared here. So after this service, automatically will take the port number from load balancing. It will give Eureka server, and automatically Ribbon client will give the port number whatever the availability server is there. So from there it will automatically take. So this is what a faint client will do. And also Ribbon @Ribbon client, we are enabling Ribbon client so that all the port numbers will be available here. All the port numbers will be available to this faint client. And based on the request automatically Ribbon client will provide the one of the free service, one of the ready to give the response. So the instance will give to the faint client. So that these two will work together when we are having a load balancing. So this is the Ribbon client. So Ribbon client also we are having a currency exchange service. So load it will maintain the load in a currency exchange service. Fine. So this is what Ribbon client and faint client. So let me come back. Come back here. Controller. So this controller. So not this controller. Here. So let me open in a bigger way. So this is the fine. So here currency exchange service. This is the one of the service where we are enabling a Ribbon and a faint client from. Fine. So this is the get mapping of this method. So we are running a currency conversion bean. So in the bean we have all the values, right? So from where to where it is changing the values and all. So this is what we are sending. Fine. So here in the previously REST template, we are using like this. In a previous REST template, we are using, if you are using REST template, we can go for the like this. So like this. But from currency conversion using faint client. So from the faint client, we need to use like this only. So as of now, we are not using this. If you are using a REST template, we can use this. So I'm just debugging. Get mapping also. I need to put. Fine. So now it is a get mapping. So now we are calling this one. So here simply we are calling a proxy service and from to. So this proxy service will take care about that. This proxy service will take care about Ribbon client and faint client. So previously we are running like this only. Like this means we are directly using a REST template dot get port for entity, get for entity. We are giving URL and all the things, right? So here we are not using. Why? Because here we are going to use multiple port numbers. So let me run, and first time let me run the application. Let me run this application in a single way. So I'm just running a application. Run configurations. So what is this port number? First of all, what port number we are giving? 8000, right? So let me run. The port number is the 8000. So run configurations. Currency exchange service. So currency exchange service is the 8000. So currency exchange service. So let me give the first of all 8000 port. 8000 port. I'm running a currency exchange service in a 8000 port number. So after this, we can able to see this 8000 port in a Eureka server. Why? Because it is updating the port number Eureka server here. So let me open here. So right now we don't have any we don't have any servers, applications. So now, so currency load balancing server, currency exchange service is running, survey port number 8000. Fine. So let me run our application also, load balancing of currency conversion service. Let me run currency conversion service. This is the Spring Boot application. So simply it is having some port number like 8100 is the port number. So it is already run the server. So let me refresh the Eureka dashboard, Eureka Spring Eureka dashboard. So now we have two services. Fine. So come here. So if you open this 8001, right, 8100, right? So you can open anyone, you can open the same URLs. So just simply I'm opening this service. So from the 8000 response, from the 8000, we are passing some values here. So it is calculating it and it is giving the response. So from where we are getting response here, ID we are passing and all. Let me open here. So currency conversion value and proxy. Fine. So here we are getting fine. So here, if you see here, the response is coming 8000 port number. If you see the Eureka server, so only one instance only we are running, so that we are getting a response as a 8000 port only. So now I want to run the application in a different ports, so that I can check my response, which port, which instance is coming. So whenever my application having a huge load, the server should maintain the server should give the response with the different instances. So for that purpose, I'm running my application in a different port numbers. So let me run this currency exchange service in a different port numbers. So let me run configurations. Just I'm currency exchange service. So 8000, right? Just I'm giving 8001, applying and running. So it is running. It is running another port number, which means another instances it is giving, or another node, whatever it is called. So let me run. Let me see the Eureka server. So refresh this server. So one is the running 8000 and one is running 8001. So let me run one more port number. So let me run one more port number, currency exchange. So currency exchange. So I'm passing 2. So apply and run. So now it is running one more port number. The application is one more port number. Just I want to see my response is coming at different port numbers with the help of ribbon, with the help of load balancer. So let me see. So before that, I want to check, right? I want to check my service is running and different port numbers are not. So for that purpose, we are taking this Eureka server dashboard. So my application is running 8000, 8001, and 8002. Fine. And just last one more port number. You can run multiple port numbers, no issue. You can run multiple port numbers based on your load. So let me run one more server, currency exchange service. Apply and run. So I'm running this. Yes. So let me refresh this dashboard. So now the same service is running different port numbers. So 8000, 8001, and 8002 and 8003. Fine. So let me check that now I want to check my response. So from the currency conversion service I'm calling, but my response should be come in a different port numbers with the help of ribbon. Why? Because my request will be shifted into available JVMs or available applications. So then only my request will come here. Let me refresh. So 8001 is coming. Again 8000 coming. I'm refreshing. 8002 is coming. I'm refreshing. 8003 is coming. I'm refreshing. 8001 is coming. So 8000 is coming. 8002, 3, 1, 8000, 2. So are you get it? So ribbon will shift your request to the available JVM. So that is the reason that is the reason we are getting our response from the different ports are available in our server configuration. So what how many servers you are running in the same application, the load balancer will take care of that to switch your request to the available server or available instance. So that is the reason only we are getting our response in a different port numbers. So here we are using Eureka server naming server to see our dashboard in which ports are running in our application. And also here we are using a load balancer. Response is coming from the different hosts, which means different servers. And also we are using the Fein client to take a declarative way to take the dynamic request to pass the dynamic response from the consumer service. So this is what we learned from this class. So up to now, do we have any doubts here?
No.
Yes, Beer.
Yeah, tell me.
Do these balancer can manage the same application in different servers? Maybe the same port, but in different servers?
Yeah, we can manage different servers also. We can manage. See, if you are providing a more space within the server, we can maintain the different in the same server, or we can maintain the different servers also. The load balancer will take care of that. Why? Because the load balancer is not configured in this service. We are configuring in this service, right? So load balancer will take care about whether this is a different server, whether it is a single server. It will take care of that, right?
Okay.
The service 2 is running in a different servers. One server is the port number 8000, one server is the port number 2, and one server is port number 3. See, different servers in the sense the cloud will be give the replications of the servers, so that we will have if the one server is down, we will have a second server. So that is the reason load balance will take care of. So now the one service is down, load balance will shift the now I am having 3 servers, so that the load balance will look into the available JVMs always. So we can maintain the same instances in different servers based on your application weight, based on your customers are approaching to your application. So that product owner will take care of that. How many servers I can maintain for my application, how many instances I can maintain my application. The product owner as well as architect will both decide these component factors, right?
Thank you, Beer.
Yeah, got it, right? So this is what client side load balancer with the using Ribbon client. And also, so this is the end of our session, and we will check. I want to meet personally each and every person by scheduling our interviews, and this video also I will give you in our channel, in my channel, Vikakala channel. If no one is subscribing, please subscribe the channel. Why? Because after this session, I may upload more number of technology videos, so that you people will get the notifications from whenever I'm uploading the new videos. And also please follow my YouTube channel, so that you will always get the new technologies and the new challenging related things and all. You will find out this all the videos from my channel, right? You get it, right? What I'm saying?
Yes, correct.
Yes, Bill.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, friends, and we will meet in a mock interviews. So that thanks and bye. Okay.
Thank you, Veer.
Okay. Thanks, Veer.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Veer.